What is going on, Jerome's? The NFL draft is mercifully upon us on Thursday, and there's a handful of Vikings that have either left already, Adam Thielen and Eric Kendricks, could leave this offseason, Dalvin Cook, Za'Darius Smith, and Danielle Hunter. Oh, yeah, Patrick Peterson gone too. Or could be leaving after this season, a la Kirk Cousins. So we want to go through the draft, and we want to give perfect replacements. Now, we say perfect with quotation marks because stylistically, one for one may not sync up. Some of these receivers have a different style than Thielen. Some of these running backs have a different style than Dalvin. And also, day 3 picks are going to come in one for one replacement. Probably not. But we want to talk about positional value as well as who could step in to the shoes of some of these guys that were gone or guys that could be gone in the near future. At quarterback, Kirk JEROME, Ezekiel Cousins replacing him. And we got day 1, day 2, day 3 options. Any of the big four. Bryce Young, C.J. Stroud, probably going to be out of the budget for the Vikings. But if Will Levis starts to tumble, if Anthony Richardson especially starts to tumble, they could and should make a move in the first round. Now, I put Hendon Hooker day 2. I think there's a very good chance that he goes day 1, but yeah, sort of is what it is. And Hendon Hooker, yes, the age, yes, the ACL, but I think that he could and should be a very solid value at the end of the first round. You'd also have that 5th-year option, or if the Vikings trade back, and maybe there isn't this land rush on quarterbacks like everyone expects there to be, and maybe Hendon Hooker is available there at the top of the second round. The Vikings are able to maneuver and go get him. And then day 3, all right, so Jaron Hall of BYU is my guy, but Dorian Thompson-Robinson, just given his arm, just given his coachability, given the things that he's done during this draft process, given his mobility, it's really impressive. And I think that if you can get him in the 4th or 5th round, I think that he could develop, maybe not into a starter, but something that certainly would be interesting as a backup, or hell, maybe he could be the guy in 2024. Maybe he comes in and blows the doors off the roof. Who really knows? Next up, running back Dalvin Cook. Due a $10.4 million base salary, Vikings can save $7.9 million in cap space by trading him. And they have Madison re-signed. They have Kincaid and Wagyu. They have Ty Chandler. But they've been doing a lot of homework on running backs in the draft and replacements for him. So day 1, yes, Bijan. I don't see it happening, but if somehow, some way, Bijan Robinson is there 23, they'd have to consider it. Even though the running back position is devalued, Bijan is literally built different. Like, he is a very special player. I think that he is legit. And if the Vikings do trade Dalvin, maybe that could make sense. Day 2 is a little bit more realistic. A guy like Tajay Spears coming in the late 2nd, early 3rd round. If the Vikings want to make a move there, I love his explosiveness. I love him in the open field. He is a great accelerator. Maybe not a 3-down guy, but in terms of a running back by committee with Madison, with Ty Chandler, with Spears, with Kincaid, certainly would be impressive. And then day 3, I love Eric Gray. So he runs a power. He wears number 0 for the Sooners. He may wear 0 in the NFL since they allow that now. And 0 is a great way to describe his running style because he does not give a fudge. He is Isaiah Pacheco of this draft. He's got decent size. He's got decent strength, and he just gets after it. So I like him a lot as a day 3 runner. In terms of replacing Adam JEROME, Ezekiel Thielen as the Vikings wide receiver 2, day 1, Jackson Smith and Jigba. I don't care about his 40. I don't care about his 10-yard split. I care that he gets open and he is dangerous in the middle of the field. He will be that numero uno security blanket for Kirk JEROME, Ezekiel Cousins. I don't care about the injury. I don't care about anything like that. All I care about is that with Jefferson taking the top off the defense and drawing double and triple teams, JSN with Hawkinson doing work would be elite in this passing game. Cedric Tillman. So stylistically, very much different than JSN, who's more of a slot guy. But Tillman on the outside didn't get the time of day this year because of the injury to Tennessee. But look what he did in 2021 when he was Hendon Hooker's favorite target. Before Jalen Hyatt blew up, Tillman is that guy on the outside. He's tough. He's physical. Got a big catch radius. He's going to fight for every single. I've said this a bunch. Cedric Tillman is who draft people want Quentin Johnston to be. Tillman is going to be a stud in this league. I think he'll go 2nd round. Bryce Ford Wheaton, speaking of a condor, just absolute physical freak, 10 out of 10 on the RAS scale. Just a jump ball, jump jump man, jump everything waiting to happen, man. So Bryce Ford Wheaton, the pride of West Virginia, probably is going to go in that mid-day 3 area, and certainly should help shore up the Vikings receiver room. Next up, edge rushers. So I piled Za'Darius and Daniil together. Day 1, Will McDonald IV coming out of Iowa State. He's got that length, he's got that suddenness, and I think that he may go earlier than people think. Like, he may be the 3rd or 4th edge rusher off the board, but he certainly should be there at 23. We'll see. Day 2, Isaiah Foskey. I think he's going to go in that dead zone in between the Vikings' 2 picks at 23 and 87. So if they trade back or if they trade up, he could be a possibility. But the pride of Notre Dame, 20.5 sacks over the last 2 years, 6'5". He's lengthy. I don't know why he's not getting as much praise as some of the other edge rushers in this class. Maybe that speaks to the depth of this class. And then day 3 guy, replacing the edge, Yasir Abdullah coming out of Louisville. I like him a lot. He's a little bit shorter, 6'1" and change, 235, but he's an absolute speed demon, speed rusher, 19.5 sacks over the last 2 years. Got that absolute quick first step, physical freak, and I like him a lot as a day 3 selection. Next up, Eric Kendricks at the off-ball linebacker position. So I put Jack Campbell down. I don't think that Campbell ultimately goes round 1, but in that area, top 40-ish, sure. But yeah, Jack Campbell, physical freak. He's underrated in terms of speed. Not much of a pass rusher, but he does everything that you want a paint-by-numbers middle linebacker to do. He's good in pursuit. He's great in coverage. He's great as a leader. He's great calling the defense. He's great getting things lined up. He would walk in, and he is a team captain waiting to happen. And given his meat potatoes type style, I think it would match up actually very well with Brian Asamoah, who's a little bit more of a modern day off-ball linebacker. Day 2, Trent Simpson, who I think is going to go near the top of day 2. But Simpson, first year playing off-ball, was an edge rusher the previous 2 seasons. He can get after the quarterback, mainly playing on instincts right now, but once he gets some good NFL coaching and gets a couple years into his career, watch out for him. I will put Dan Henley in this day 2 mix as well. And then day 3, Ivan Pace Jr., I love him. Just a heat-seeking missile, pass rushing specialist, great in coverage as well. Just a heart and soul of that Bearcats defense, and I love him. I love him a lot. Now, maybe stylistically, there's a lot of crossover with him and Asamoah, but it's okay. Guess what? You have 2 Asamoahs. It's pretty good. Lastly, quarterback Patrick Peterson on the outside. Day 1, Joey Porter Jr. Yes, stud. Absolutely love him. Perfect press man, cornerback, a pride of Penn State. Or you could put Cam Smith or Deontay Banks or Emmanuel Forbes in there too. I wouldn't be mad at you. Day 2, I think Clark Phillips is going to go round 3. Utah, a little bit undersized, but he's all heart. He's all hustle. He's a ball hawk as well. And he plays with a chip on his shoulder. And pound for pound, he's one of my favorite cornerbacks in this class, man. And then day 3, going the other direction. So Corey Trice. I mean, he's 6'3", 6'4", got insanely long arms, great press man, cornerback, good in zone as well. I think he's sort of flying under the radar because everyone and their mom is on, guys like Julius Brents. But Corey Trice is, I'd rather Corey Trice in the 4th round and then Julius Brents in the 2nd round, if that makes sense. So I think getting the pride of Purdue would make sense in that spot. But that's it. That's a couple perfect draft replacements, day 1, day 2, day 3, for Vikings who are gone or potentially could be gone very soon. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skol, production value.